Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So we got to talk about some Arrow WTF. This is going to be my episode 11 video. Just careful for spoilers if you haven't seen it yet. So here we go. There is a new round of the reverse flash ring. If you didn't see my flash video, it's going to stay open until I post my Legends of Tomorrow video tomorrow. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this video. Same type of giveaway that happens every week. So just like the Flash, very WTF episode this week of Arrow, but for very different reasons. Big thumbs up, big thumbs down. I think a lot of you will be really happy with the Shadowspire twist when I explain it. It's a big Easter egg for Deathstroke in the comics, and the big thumbs down for Amanda Waller. That's going to require some serious DC Extended Universe movie splaining. So just starting with top 5 WTF. Number 5, Shadowspire from the comics explained. In the episode, there's a character named Joiner who is part of an organization called Shadowspire that Andy gets wrapped up in the flashbacks. We find out in present day that same organization is trying to take Rubicon from Argus and Amanda Waller. The Joiner character is named after one of the creators of Shadowspire in the comics, Tom Joiner. He was a writer on the Deathstroke comic book, and that's where the organization appeared for the first time. Deathstroke ended up investigating this criminal organization, and it turned out to be Shadowspire. On to number 4 WTF, surprise, surprise, Baron Ryder from the flashbacks is the leader of Shadowspire, which is also true in the comics. Baron Blitzkrieg is one of the leaders of Shadowspire in the comics. So now we have one more big reason that you could bring Deathstroke back for a big Shadowspire arc in the future. Obviously, Deathstroke has a real big connection with Hive too, so there are multiple ways you could bring him back. But now we know their drug operation is fueled through Lian Yu, which was awesome. The locals call it Purgatory. My guess is that this Diggle-Andy flashback scene teeing up Shadowspire is happening sometime when Oliver was in Hong Kong, before he was taken back to the island. So Oliver flashback timeline refresher. Oliver capsizes on the Queen's Gambit, lands on the island, eventually makes it off, is in Hong Kong, Baron Ryder then comes to the island, and then Oliver is taken back by Amanda Waller. So given that Oliver in present day makes no reference to knowing about Shadowspire, I'm assuming that he doesn't learn about that in the flashbacks, even though he will be facing Baron Ryder. Baron Ryder is the big boss of the flashbacks. The big boss of present day, gonna be Damian Dark. From what Mark Guggenheim has said, I'm not expecting Baron Ryder to show up in present day, but I don't know exactly what their plans are for crossing over the flashbacks with present day this season. It sounds like they weren't doing that this season. Like the fact that Constantine showed up in the flashbacks and showed up in present day is like the closest you'll get to seeing flashbacks overlap with present day. But number 3 WTF, Felicity starts hallucinating herself high on drugs. Yay, everybody have a good time. It's goth Felicity from her past. It's really just her subconscious trying to make her doubt herself, doubt her place in Team Arrow. But surprisingly, within the same episode, she comes to her senses and has a big call to action. That doesn't mean that her struggle is over. Like, she's still going to struggle being in the wheelchair, but she has Mr. Terrific driving her all over town, and the new lair is wheelchair accessible. So she's all hands on deck, and she has a new code name, Overwatch. I was going to use Oracle, but that was already taken. Boom, shots fired. It was so awesome that they followed up to that with her showing Oliver the picture. This is what I used to look like. Questionable fashion choices. The old me would have totally stolen Rubicon, made some sort of political statement. Well, the old me would have snapped your neck. Very big thumbs up for excellent use of Laurel in this episode. Laurel training montage with Oliver that then turns into a joke in and of itself about their relationship. Oliver casually dropping that Barry can time travel, her referencing their relationship, which they have not done in a while. I am curious, like if Arrow goes 7 seasons, if they will ever get to the point where you have the Black Canary Green Arrow relationship, when they come together, not necessarily get married, but when they come together for the first time as superheroes, when they're both superheroes. That is something that we will have to circle back around in a couple of seasons for. I'm not expecting any Black Canary Green Arrow shipping anytime soon. Number 2 WTF, Diggle sets his brother free despite the fact that he is a pathological liar. They keep having those flashbacks with Andy and Diggle, them having those really nice brotherly moments in Afghanistan. Andy starts lying to Diggle, then later he kind of explains his thought process. I cut ties with those dudes when I left the military, but he's so cynical that he's like, I wanted to make sure that I was taken care of. So starting right around here, when Andy's talking to Diggle, he flat out lies, and then we get the reveal of Baron Ryder. A little something extra for your loyalty. But the way they left things at the end of the episode with Diggle taking Andy in felt really hopeful. so I'm wondering if that's going to come back to bite Diggle in the ass. It was a pretty tender family moment, kind of matching the Oliver Felicity moment that they had at the end. Take it for what you will, but a pathological liar is a pathological liar. But finally, number 1 WTF, Amanda Waller gets shot in the head. You just do not come back from that. So there are a couple things that could be going on here, like as you're all like screaming and shaking your fists and flipping your desks over. One, they could have killed her character permanently on the TV show because she's being used in the movies, and Warner Brothers doesn't want there to be confusion between TVs and movies. It could be a situation where the Arrow producers were told that they could not use the Amanda Waller character anymore. No confirmation on that. Option 2 is that the Arrow producers preemptively did that, and they're slowly moving away from the Amanda Waller and Suicide Squad characters that are going to be done in the movies so that they don't run into a situation like that. But as a lot of you will remember, there is a King Shark Diggle crossover happening on The Flash in a couple weeks. So Diggle is going to be tracking down King Shark for Suicide Squad purposes. So I don't know if they're going to have Argus in that episode, how they're going to explain it, but Argus still exists. I'm assuming that Lila is going to fill the void because they made her sound like the next best person to Amanda Waller, like most highly trusted agent, knows all of our secrets, so it makes sense that Lila would step up. But if you saw the teaser for the next episode, the big news is that Roy is coming back next week. It's going to be the Calculator episode. That character has already been confirmed to be Felicity's father, so we're going to have a lot of fun. And the Calculator is a big Birds of Prey villain, so be looking for Birds of Prey Easter eggs. Here's my big question for you guys though. Why do you think they killed Amanda Waller, and do you think that they'll ever bring her back in a flashback, or they'll have some crazy explanation, some comic book explanation, where it's like Amanda Waller has a life model decoy or a twin, you know, some crazy comic book explanation for how someone didn't die. But my thought is, just given the way it was presented in this episode, she is dead, not coming back. And the Lazarus Pit is not an option. Remember, earlier this season, Nyssa corrupted the Lazarus Pit. They can't use it anymore. There's no more Lazarus Pit to be had. I know a lot of you guys have been asking Suicide Squad questions. The next big trailer will probably come when Batman v Superman is released. And because they just released that trailer with the Queen song, it might be a smaller version of that. I don't know. They'll probably do something. They're not going to let Batman v Superman swing through without letting Suicide Squad tag along a little bit. If you guys spotted any other Easter eggs in the episode, just write them below in the comments. Aside from, Big Belly Burger, Shadowspire, Baron Ryder, Tom Joyner, the writer from the comics to Joyner the character, as well as them taking a huge shot at the Barbara Gordon Oracle. Just a lot of fun. I really do hope Felicity keeps taking all those drugs. Just in case you guys haven't seen it, I posted my Flash video last night, probably one of the best episodes of The Flash all season long. You can click here to watch that, and you can click here for the Agent Carter video I just posted. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody, let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.